Hey guys, it's Bella and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about why becoming an observer is one of the best things you can do for yourself. It's one of the most powerful and attractive qualities. Why is this? Okay, being an observer separates the people who are so enwrapped in their emotions and the stories of the mind and those that can just sit back, observe, and realize I am the one witnessing my thoughts. I am the one experiencing this human experience. My job is not to believe every thought, is not to analyze and overthink every thought. No, I'm here to observe and take in. Our minds love to chat. It's like its favorite thing to just talk and talk and talk and get us all confused and love to spiral. I'm sure we can all think of times where we've had one thought and then we start to really think about that thought and it just continuously leads down this spiral of overthinking. I should put on my resume, professional ex-overthinker. But oh my gosh, the littlest things, I would start freaking out. Overthink and overthink and overthink. And I would put myself through so much misery because I was believing these stories in my mind, and not only just believing them, I was creating them and I was feeding them more fuel to the fire. If I have one thought and then I just overthink it, it just creates more and leads to this spiral of suffering. It is exhausting. It is exhausting to spend so much time and mental energy overthinking. We have like tons of thoughts. I'm gonna put the number here because it's like crazy. We have tons of thoughts per day. And if we get so sucked into them, we will constantly be on this loop of spiraling into our thoughts. I do not want to be feeling controlled and trapped by my thoughts. So what's the solution? Being an observer. The next time you have a situation and maybe you're worried about something, so you have all these thoughts like, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? And it's in the future, so you can't even control it anyways. So if you are worrying all about it right now, first of all, you're taking yourself out of the present moment. And secondly, you can't even control it. Worrying about it now is not going to help you. The next time you have a thought like that, I want you to become aware and recognize that you have that thought. Especially if it's a thought related to fear, you definitely want to acknowledge it, because the thing with fear is that if you push it down or if you pretend that you're not fearful, but you deep down you are, your body knows that you're actually fearful. So you're gonna sabotage yourself. And it's not going to give you the result you want when you're trying to push down your fear. You need to become aware and actually give recognition to that fear. The same goes for your thoughts. Give recognition to that thought, then take a step back. And here's my biggest tool for being the observer. I feel like personally this has just really helped me. Breathing. Coming back to your breath and recentering. Yes, it sounds so basic, but here's the thing. If our breath has the power to keep us alive day in and day out, what makes you think our breath cannot help us feel better? Just simply feel better. Simply feel more grounded. Spoiler alert, it certainly can. Yay! Okay, this doesn't mean you have to stop and do like a 10-minute meditation in the middle of your day. You totally can if that's what helps you. But that's what you need to really do, is you need to find what helps you. Find different ways to use your breath to see what centers you and what grounds you the most. So that could just simply mean closing your eyes, placing your hand on your heart, and just breathing, taking deep, slow, long breaths. And also to really feel your feet on the ground. Feel that you are here right now in this moment, and that will help ground you and that will help get you out of the head, because that's what you need to do too. You need to move from the head into the body and do whatever you can to center yourself in your body. Just keep thinking and thinking and thinking. You cannot think your way out of an emotion. Our emotions lead to our thoughts. So how we're feeling about something is going to create more thoughts about something. You're feeling fear. You can't think your way out of fear. If you try to think and rationalize, you can come up with all these different thoughts, but that's what they still are, just different thoughts. An emotion is energy in motion. So in order to move that energy, you have to move it through the body, because emotions are stored in the body. If you're feeling fear about something, you're worrying about the future, not only do you need to become the observer, You need to tap into your body, get into your body and move that energy. Recently, I've done some energy sessions that have been the most powerful things I've ever done. The type of energy work was like all in the body. There's so much powerful releases and things to occur when you do tap into your body and move that energy. And that could look like so many different things. I bring up breath because that's always something that really helps me, is just center myself back to breathing. You can do other things too that help you move energy. So maybe that's just getting into your body and dancing, shaking off the energy, going on a walk. I think I might have mentioned this in my video from last week, just really getting into your body. It's because when we're so in our minds and we're so in our heads, we'll just keep thinking. And maybe we'll finally be like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about this anymore. And we have that thought, which is great. And maybe we stop worrying about it. Again, that is great. But sometimes it's just not that simple. I've had different scenarios when I've been so nervous or so worked up about something and I feel like I can't stop thinking about it. Maybe I tell myself, oh, this is no big deal, stop worrying about this, but okay, wait 20 minutes and I'm still thinking about it. So I found for me that just taking space and being the observer is so helpful, and that to me is so correlated with going back to your breath and really breathing. Now I'm going to talk about why being the observer is one of the most attractive qualities when you're in relationships with others. And this doesn't have to mean a romantic relationship. This could be friendships, family members, anything. There is so much power in simply observing, speaking less and listening more. Imagine going through life in your relationships being like this talky person and always giving your opinions and just kind of like imagine this like energy of like which nothing wrong with wanting to share your opinion and being outgoing and talkative. Like, I think that's so beautiful. But imagine having that side of you come out, and then also the side of you that just sits back, listens, and observes, and just really listens. That is such a beautiful, attractive quality that people love, because so many people don't genuinely listen to the other person. So when you have somebody, when you talk to someone who is actually listening to you, it is so refreshing, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be around you more because you're actually present with me. Not only does it make the other person feel really good, you can learn something from everyone. Everyone has their own experiences, their own beliefs, even if they are so far from yours. People have their own life experience, and I really believe that when you're the observer and when you can listen more and take in, you're able to absorb new information. And now this does not mean you have to resonate with what they say. This does not mean you have to take in and believe that. Being the observer allows you to expand your perspective. Everyone has wisdom, so just be open to what others have to say. Maybe you're wondering, how do I deal with people who attack and defend? And I'm sure you can guess my answer. Being the observer. Instead of reacting, you respond. You understand that they're simply projecting, and the most powerful people know how to control their emotions. And they also know that you are not responsible for how somebody else feels. They also take responsibility for their actions and their words. So, of course, if you're being mean to someone and then someone feels bad about themselves, like, okay, well, you got to take the responsibility that you were being mean, and we do not do that here. We do not do that here. That was just an example. So when you have people that are just attacking and projecting, defending, you stay centered in your heart, you come back to your breath, because it's so easy to react if you don't take that step back and come back to your breath, take a moment to breathe and to observe, to recalibrate and to center yourself as best as you can, and then to really realize, you know what? This just simply isn't worth my time. It's not worth my time and energy to engage in this, because people who are attacking, people who are defending, they are looking for an attack. So if you come back and try to defend yourself, it's like all this fire just it's going to create more and be this big explosion that we don't want. We don't want that. No. Another really important thing for this topic is setting boundaries. Maybe you have to be around people that you just don't really vibe with. As best as you can, try to set those boundaries. Be friendly, but don't engage too much. Be the observer. One last thing I want to touch on that is absolutely so important. For life in general, it is so crucial to become neutral. When you can become neutral to things, that changes everything. And this is completely such a work in progress for me because it's hard to just be neutral. But there's so much power in not judging everything, not associating everything with good versus bad. When you can neutrally observe your thoughts without judgment, you obtain so much peace. Take a minute right now and imagine what the world would be like if everyone didn't judge. And of course, like, we live in this 3D world where we have preferences, we have things we like and we have dislikes, and that's just part of it. That is, of course, a form of judgment. What I'm referring to is the judgments with meanings, the good versus bad. You know what I mean? Like, always judging, always just wrapped in this good versus bad, all these opinions. It's keeping us in the mind, in the spiral, and it's not really being the observer. We can have our opinions, we can have our likes and dislikes, but at the same time, recognize that, again, we are just the observer. Oh my God, I did have someone listening. Being neutral is the key to being an observer. Try that out. I feel like I gotta wrap this up because, yeah. Becoming an observer truly has the power to help you so much in your life, help you feel so much more grounded and connected and just less in the mind chatter. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and you can find all my music on all streaming platforms under the name Bella K. Bye. Mwah.